Hello, excellent day to you all from everywhere you're listening to me from. This is Dr. Adekunle Badmos. Um, it's survival strategies in the new normal. I want to know how many persons are in the live stream here right now, and I want to apologize for starting a bit late. It's a beautiful moment. I hope we all have a wonderful Monday. It's an holiday today in the Federal Republic of Nigeria in the Strait of Salah, and want to appreciate everyone. Dr. Shiri Kinde, you're welcome. Okay, let's remind everyone to join, and I want this to be televised on TikTok. Boss Lady Amokwe, this should be televised. Um, we are talking about survival strategies in the new normal. Survival strategies in the new normal. How do we survive in this new normal? Every Monday in the evening, we always come by to discuss this great topic. This topic is so important in the global clusters that being a nation building social media platform, the need to discuss how we survive in the new normal is very, very important. We need to bring to the subconsciousness of every individual that will come across this video to know that they need to learn the survival strategies. New normal started first. We're talking about survival strategies in the new normal. So that means we need to identify what is new normal. You understand? New normal. What is new normal? New normal started during COVID. New normal is something that is not normal. New normal is something that is not normal. I'll be bringing Dr. Shea Makinde very soon, but I just need to lay this background. This morning, because I was on transit, I could not fully join the Mind Surgery Revolution, which I will be listening to later on. Um, but I want to establish this. And I want to make sure that the host should contact our President Afolabi because the survival strategies in the new normal is fully sponsored by Weward Foundation, and the Global Clusters. So we should televise this video live on the TikTok handle of Boss Lady Amokwe so that people on the TikTok can call it because they'll be waiting for it. Is what every one of them used to wait for, and we need to involve all clusterians. Let them know that they need to join this um, training right now. Um, Nation building, the first nation building social media platform. Note the first people's building social media platform. You cannot build the people without training. Every one of us, we are what we are today because of the training we have gotten. So the place of training, the place of building ourselves is really, really very, very important. And I want to mention this. The survival strategies in the new normal. I started by what is the new normal. New normal is something that is not normal. It's not what you used to know. When something happens and it's a thing that you know that this is not the way it used to be, then that is new normal. Some people have something has happened to them today that is a new normal because it is not the normal thing that they know. So when something happened to you, or happened to a family, or happened to a community, or happened to a state, or happened to a nation, or happened to a continent, or happened in the world. So new normal can happen to an individual. A new normal can happen to an individual. New normal can happen to two people, two friends. They'll say they face their own new normal. You understand? New normal can happen to a family. New normal can happen to an extended family, a compound. They'll say, oh, that compound is currently facing their own new normal. There is the place. New normal is something that some life on its own generates it every day. So now you understand that new normal is something that you it's it's something that is not normal to you. Once it's not a normal thing to you, then it's a new normal. So we identify the fact that COVID was not normal to us. When COVID came 5 years ago, it was not normal. The whole world, you know, it was not easy for everybody, most especially those that go to sites to work. It was not an easy thing for them to adapt. So this were new normal. New normal is something that you know sometimes it could be a good new normal, sometimes it could be a very negative new normal. But everyone is praying. The prayer that we all pray is that we have a good new normal. But regardless of what it is, we must learn how to survive in any of this new normal. We must learn survival techniques in this new normal. So in Nigeria as a nation, you understand, we identify that change of currency was new normal to us. When it came, cashless policy was new normal to us. You see that a lot of people could not understand the fact that they go to the bank and they ask for their money and they told them that they don't have cash. It is not normal to us. You know, a lot of people does not understand the fact that the cash that they have at home, they told them that your cash will be expiring, that we don't want to use that cash again. And it costs a lot of people a whole lot. This were new normal. So um fuel subsidy removal was a new normal to us. You see a lot of people changing to CNG now, having CNG as an alternative because it affected everything. You know, the money you spend on putting the petroleum in your vehicle, it's expensive. The money for diesel is expensive in the giant and all of that. This were new normal. You know, um, we're moving from 180 naira to 500 and something naira, 500 and something to almost 1,000 naira now. This were new normal to us. And again, no more CBN rate for students. Anytime students want to go abroad, we get the bills, we take it to the bank. There is a form that will fill so that CBN can release the dollars and pay them from our reserve abroad. But all of these are no longer working again. Even importers, they don't have access to CBN rate. Regular travelers like us, we don't have access to CBN rate. All of these were actually new normal. They were new normal. And hike in prices. You go to the market today, they tell you that a kilo of cow that used to go for, let's say, 10,000 is now going for 15,000. It's new normal to you immediately. You wanted to buy something you used to buy 5,000 naira, and they tell you it's now 8,000 naira. These are actually new normal to you. So how do you survive? And you already understand what new normal is. How do we survive? I have one of the guest speakers in the new normal, and I want this streaming to be shared with other speakers that are actually and custodians that can share what they know about what techniques can people use to survive in the new normal. Um, I'll be mentioning one now. Your ability to identify the right industry, the industry that is actually thriving now. You understand? Is a techniques to survive in the new normal. You must be able to identify industry, identification of the right industry. Identification of the right industry is really, really very, very important. You must learn what to do. I have seen people that they are in the particular industry because of the new normal. For instance, the war of Ukraine and Russia affected some people that their business crumbled from there. Change in government policies has affected some people, and that has brought some kind of downfall for them. So, identifying the right industry, what is the latest government policy that can help you? You must identify it, you must look up for it. It is very, very important that you strive to actually, identify which area to actually go into in this new normal. When a new normal starts, the need for you to know what to do, to identify what to do, you know, is very, very important. What next? What is the action? Some people, because of new normal, they have lost their life. When something that is not normal happened to you, when new normal set in and you did not face it, it can go a long way to affect your productivity. It can go a long way to affect the way you see life. It can go a long way. New normal can come in form of information. So identifying what to receive and what not to receive is actually a key in this new normal. A place of identification of what to do during new normal is very, very important. So, everyone listening to me, you must identify the right place to be, the right place to get the right information, the right thing to do, what to do, knowing what to do, identifying what to do when the new normal comes is very, very important. Then let me go further to say, how do you identify what to do? How do you identify the right industry? How do you identify this thing? You see, two things that I will tell you that are your friend is Google and YouTube. Google and YouTube, they are your friend. The third new friend that will be imagined, you know, next billionaires is the AI. Google, YouTube, AI. You see, if you can make them your friend, they will practically answer every questions for you. They will train you. All of these tools will train you. Then the fourth one I will mention is um, experienced people, experienced personalities. We do our mind surgery by bringing the mind surgeon of the day must have been an experienced person in one way or the other. Their story is meant to inspire you. So when they talk about their story, you inspire. So you can see I've mentioned, you know, how to where do you identifying what to do, then where do you get this thing, uh, what to do from? How do you get the right information? I've mentioned Google, I've mentioned YouTube, I've mentioned AI, and I've mentioned experience personality. You know, if you can go home with this is something that will actually help you in this new normal. You need to know that I need to identify what to do. What are you currently going through? I know it's not easy out there to survive in the time that things are very expensive. It's not easy to even feed right now. A lot of people think of what to eat, how to go about it, and all of that. So, we know what is currently happening. But the truth of the matter is that you need to calm down. You need to calm down. You need to tó bá sọ pé nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láwùjọ wa pé kíyàn máa rò ó, you have to think about it. You understand? And you need to identify, the antidote to the new normal. What to do. You need to identify solutions. So, and how do you go about identifying solution? We have mentioned Google, we have mentioned YouTube, we have mentioned AI tools, and we have mentioned experience, personality. The fifth one I'm going to mention is that identify a forward thinking group cluster, just like the global cluster. Identify a forward thinking cluster, a forward thinking group, a forward thinking platform like the global clusters. This is how you get an antidote to the way you're going to survive in this new normal. You know, identify a forward thinking group. The global cluster is not just the only group, and we have so many other forward thinking group that the information you get from those group will go a long way to help you, you know, as a human being. Will go a long way to help you to actually scale up in life. You know, identifying a forward thinking group, you must identify where you spend most of your time. You understand? In the new normal, what are you using that time to do? What is your time being spent on? What are you saying? What are you hearing? What are you sniffing? What is the thing? Which environment are you? It has a very large impact in your life. You understand? So, um, you know, when you are in a platform, look at the global cluster now, the first nation building social media platform. Today alone, there is the second training. So, when clusterians come out with good attitude, with good, ways of life and with good thing, you should know that they are trained well. So it is the training that they get that actually, go a long way to help them to foster ahead. You understand? So having said that, I want to call the speaker that we have here. Today we're talking about survival strategies in the new normal, and we have talked the place of identifying what to do in the new normal and where to get the tools to rescue yourself in this new normal. And we identified the Google, we identified the YouTube, we identified AI tools, we identified experienced personalities, and we identified a forward thinking platform. These five things will go a long way to help you. I need everyone that are listening to me to put in the comment section what they think about it. Or if you have more point to add to what I've said, please type it in the comment section. Having said that, I want the host to bring up Dr. Sheyi Makinde, the 001 ARE cluster of the global clusters, to actually, give us let's have him talk to us on what can we do to survive in this new normal. Dr. Sheyi Makinde. Dr. Sheyi Makinde, excellent evening to you, sir. What can we do to survive in this new normal? I need you to get a place where um, light can show in your face. You understand? Maybe you face the other side or something so that we can see your face because Your face is a bit dark, and that's it's not showing you very well. Unmute yourself. So we're going to be hearing from you. What can we do? What step can we take to actually survive in this new normal? You know, if you're joining for the first time, you need to know that it's survival strategies in the new normal. Survival strategies in the new normal. Let's go to YouTube and share this. Let's go to Facebook and share this. So, Dr. Shea Makinde, are you ready? Yes, this is better. Let's have you unmute yourself. You are muted.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry,
Let's have you.
I'm trying to pick my. Okay. So, um, good evening, uh, Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmos, my global president, and to everyone on the online streaming. I welcome you to the survival strategy in the new normal. Before I go ahead with the presentation, I quickly want to say something, which is a kind of, let me say, an extension of what we talked about in the morning. And that uh, statement I want to make is there are two things I am very, very, I don't want to say I'm afraid. No, but there are two things that I so much, you know, avoid in life, and I will do everything to avoid it positively, legally. I'll do everything to avoid it. And that which I decided to avoid or to do everything to avoid is illiteracy and poverty. Illiteracy and poverty. Poverty is a disease. Poverty is a disease. It's a very, very big disease. And everybody should do something about it to uh, everybody should do something about it to avoid poverty. Then avoid ignorance, illiteracy. Avoid ignorance, illiteracy. And let me tell you that if you do everything legally, positively to avoid illiteracy and to also avoid uh, poverty, I'm telling you, you will always progress in life. And this evening, we're discussing about survival strategy in the new normal. Now, we look at it that new normal can happen to anybody. New normal can happen to anybody. It's a normal thing that can happen to anybody in life. I want to assure you that life itself is not a bed of roses, and life itself is is very transient, and anything can happen. And the only thing you can do in life to absorb any form of external shocks, you know, is for you to have built capacity, be ready, be ready. Build a kind of internal resilience that would help you to be able to, stand very, very firm. And that is it. Now, you see, when we talk about new normal is a sudden change in the circumstance of anyone. When somebody's circumstance suddenly change, that's a new normal for you. It's a new normal for you. Now, I shared my story in the morning how I lost my mom. at a very tender age, and everything scattered, and the center could no longer hold. And everybody has to, at that tender age, everybody has to go on their way to survive. It's a new normal. It's not only government policies that can create a new normal. It's not only government policies, natural occurrences, life situation, unforeseen circumstances can cause a new normal. And this evening, we're going to be looking at how to create uh, a shocks, let's say external shocks, like shocks absorbers, to make sure that you are able to survive in the new normal. Now, the first thing is this. You see, for anybody to survive in a new normal, I will mention some bullet points. The number one point is that you have to develop different streams of income. You have to develop different streams of income. I want to tell you that one of the mantra I have upheld in my life is that I try develop one, two, three, four streams of income. And I'm always ready to tap into every available opportunity for investment that is within my risk tolerance. I'm always ready to have different streams of income. You see, one road did not enter the market and cannot enter the market and must not enter the market. One road. And you don't start at one point to watch a masquerade dancing. You know, it's an African proverb. You can't stand at one point to say you are watching a masquerade. The truth of the matter is that if you have one source of income, what of if something happens to that one source of income? You know, I've been an educator, I've been in the education sector for some time. Even when my I was starting early and I was running an A-level school and a tutorial, I always create different sources. Sometimes we create an IT program that people can run. Sometimes we get licenses from some accredited colleges to run their programs. Sometimes we get, affiliations where we can run uh, the our programs. And at the end of the day, I want to tell you that with all this affiliation, we are able to make sure that we did what? We are always up and running. We study that industry to an extent that when we study the industry, we study it to the extent that we know the peak period, we know the off-peak period. You see, after COVID, something happened during COVID to our industry, and the majority of education industry was like it was not going to survive, it was not going to come up again, and the likes. And at the end of the day, everybody was very, very skeptical for education industry to come up. And at the end of the day, a lot of school owners had a very big issue trying to um, make sure that they have different source of income. But personally, trying to have it on the spot might not really be working. One of those things that you need to do now is when you are making money from a source, create a leakage, a positive leakage, whereby you push the money and begin to establish yourself in another industry to create a second, a third, a fourth source of income. You know, it might not be a big investment like that. It might not be a big investment. It might just be you are investing in agricultural commodity, you are investing in real estate, and it might just be you are using your social network to create a marketing platform. Now, like, let me give you an example. Now, if you go to a company like AgView and you explain to the management of AgView that you have a platform where you can sell their real estate packages, I'm sure you'll be welcome that to sell and you'll be offered a lucrative commission. If you come to Goodmon's Investment Limited and you talk to us that you can market the combo package for the global clusters and London Till career, and you get a commission, certainly you'll be welcome. If you come to Goodmon's Investment Limited and you say you can sell the ARE package, the agri real estate and export concept, the farmland, you'll be welcome. One of the easiest way to create a second source of income is marketing. Marketing is not hard. Marketing is just like you are a mobile evangelist. A mobile evangelist. Begin to talk about the goodness in that thing as if you are giving your own submission, as if you are giving your own information, as if you are allowing sharing information that will help people. Have a target in a week to get one, two persons and get your commission. You are certainly uh, you are certainly uh, making sure you are creating a second source of income. One of the easiest business to start is marketing. That's one of the easiest business to start is marketing. And I want to tell you that marketing being the easiest business to start, you can use marketing to survive even in the new normal. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Do you know that during COVID, a lot of people they went online to start marketing one or two things. It was during COVID that a lot of people got to understand that they can sell their products online. A lot of people went into digital marketing, they went into social media marketing, they were selling a lot of things online. And a lot of people went into affiliate marketing. What is affiliate marketing? Affiliate marketing is you don't have a product to sell, but you pick another person's product for a commission or for an upselling. Maybe you upsell it or you collect a commission from the product manufacturer or the product owner. So the easiest way to survive in the new normal is to have additional source of income. Prices of things has gone up, and when price of things has gone up like that, you need extra cash to meet up with your daily expenses, and you need more money. And the funniest thing is that your current source of income might not be easy to increase the source of income, the inflow. If you suddenly think of increasing the inflow, it might be another way of crumbling the source of income. Employers are not like increasing salary as such, and some businesses are they have uh, you call it elastic demand. Their elastic demand, elasticity of demand on those products, their elasticity is one or greater than one. And when the elasticity of demand on that product is one or greater than one, you can't increase the price of such product anyhow. When you increase it anyhow, the demand will fall drastically. So if you belong to such an industry, where your elasticity of demand, when you increase price, will cause a drastic reduction in demand for your product. You can't increase such the price of such a product. And based on this, all you just need to do to meet up is to reduce your expenses and increase your income. Reduce your expenses, cut away waste, cut away, you know, goods of ostentation, use a budget, maintain a budget, and make sure you plan your finance very, very well. That is one of the ways of surviving in the new normal. The second way to survive in the new normal is through investing. Is through investing. Keep investing. And that is the truth. Keep investing. There are usually different ways of investing. Now, if you are investing and you have a business you are doing that is taking your full time, or you are, uh, let's say, you are working 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 job, no problem about that. All you just need to do is to invest in, um, let's say, uh, invest in uh, passive uh, income uh, opportunities. Like you can invest in stock, you can invest in ETF, you can invest in mutual fund, but all these ones are for professionals. It's very volatile. And you can also invest in real estate. You can invest in real estate. Then another thing is that you can do investment into agriculture. Investment into agriculture. This is very, very, open to you. Very, very possible. If you contact us at Goodmos Investment Limited, ARE Concept, we have agricultural product that you can invest in, and you never regret that you invest in this agriculture. You can never, never regret that you invest in this agriculture business. Sorry, please. Sorry for the break in transmission. So the major thing is you can invest in agriculture with Goodmos Investment Limited, ARE Concept, and you will never regret. It has a very high return on investment. Investing in agriculture, investing in stock, ETF, mutual fund is a very, very good and lucrative business. And you can also engage in buying and selling. You can engage in buying and selling also. If you see that you work Monday to Friday, you can use your weekend to engage in buying and selling. You can engage in buying and selling. There was a lady I know that what she does, she was a teacher. She worked Monday to Friday. And on Saturday, she will tell people, there are some people that cannot go to a place like My 12. They cannot go to My 12. And because they cannot go to My 12, at the end of the day, she will aggregate them, tell them that they should what? They should uh, try as much as possible to gather, give them, they should give her their list. And that list she's asking them to give her. She will give them the price, competitive price to help them to buy in bulk. And she will go to My 12, buy everything she needs to buy. She goes to that market where you can buy at a bulk price, and prices are way more cheaper than buying in the local market around their area. So she will help them to buy in bulk. She will also charge them for service charge. And she was making a lot of money. Making a lot of money. This is a business. She doesn't even need capital to start this business. She doesn't, you know, uh, uh, need capital to start this business, in the sense that just tell people, like, if you come and meet me now, you tell me that, see, oh, This is a budget you can run for a month. I will help you to buy this. I will help you to buy that at my 12. I'll buy yam. I'll buy uh, uh, I'll buy yam. I'll buy rice. I'll buy gari. You give me a budget, and I see that based on the budget we have, you are able to reduce the budget by 20% by helping us to buy in bulk in that place. You know, at the end of the day, I'll begin to patronize you. Then you buy for everybody, you can also distribute to everybody. I know of another person. What she uses that she has a car and she works in the bank. So what she does is that she puts baby clothes, women's shoes in her boot, and that car is another shop entirely that she has. So anywhere she goes, when she talk, go and come, she talk to people, she meet people, she open her booth, come and see what I have here. Your children will like it. You know, when she closes in bank, she's a mobile marketer. When she goes to church on Sunday, she markets. You understand? They make use of that to create another source of income. But you will see some people, they will be telling you, I want to, like somebody, was it not like almost 7 days ago? I was talking to somebody, she said she wants to start up a boutique. She needs like 3 million to start up a boutique. And I told her that you don't need 3 million to start up that boutique. She don't need the 3 million to start up that boutique. And at the end of the day, I was able to counsel her to tell her that you don't need 3 million to start up a boutique. Now, you know, by the time she was talking about startup of the boutique and everything, I want to tell you that it was a very, very glaring thing that the decision she was making was not right, because rent alone was already taking like 1.6 million naira. Rent alone was taking 1.6 million naira. And because rent alone was taking 1.6 million naira, I said, no, don't do that. When you have a capital, don't put the capital into investment into capital projects. Invest it into stock. Now, what do I mean by stock? That 1.6 million naira, do you know that if she use it to get a stock and she puts it in her house and she snaps it online, sell it online, arrange with delivery and all these things, you understand? You will discover that at the end of the day, she will have more stock to sell and make profit. It is the money. You are just starting this business. It is the money that you are, and you have a house that can accommodate all these things. And that is the truth. That is the truth, you know. So the major thing was that another person that I was talking to that was telling me about starting up a branded Gary product. You know, I told the person, I said, you don't need to get a shop or where they are doing it. How is your apartment? He said she lives in 3 bedroom flat. I said, okay, why don't you use one room out of it? Is it the 3 rooms that you are occupying? She said, no. Why not use the one room, one out of the room to do what? To store the garri. Call somebody to help you package it, seal it, pay the person per per package. You know, let the person do all the job, do the packaging, do the sticker on the package and everything, pay the person. Then tell all those your gate man can come up, help you to load like 10 that you want to market that day, as you go to church, as you go to work, as you go all about. you know I told the person was able to save for rent, because if you look at it now, going to rent a brick and mortar shop will take a lot of money, and you can use that same money to stock, to get a stock of those products you want to sell. And that is just the truth. The truth of the matter is that shop that you are renting, you can as well use the money for that rent to stock your uh, your product, and you'll be marketing online. You will also become a mobile marketer, and if you have the opportunity to have a car, your booth can be your shop, I've seen people that when they go about, they just have sienna. They will use the sienna, put eggs inside, just stop at a place, and they will start selling in the evening. And by the time they are selling, and you ask them, they will tell you that they were able to sell 30 crates, they are able to sell 50 crates. They go to places that have a very high, people are moving about, you know, and at the end of the day, people move about in that place as easy as possible. There are major traffic, very, very major traffic in that place. And at the end of the day, because there are major traffic in that place, they take advantage of that traffic. So they take advantage of the traffic, and by the time they take advantage of the traffic, of people passing through, the number of people, high volume of people, they drive their car to that place. I know somebody, that comes to GT Bank at Bagada here, you know, uh, GT Bank at Bagada. We at the front of GT, she will park there in the evening, and before you know it, what are they selling? They are selling crates of egg. They are also selling breads, this special bread. They collect it and they make like 50 naira on top of the bread. I was able to talk to the person one day, and the person said sometimes they sell more than 200 pieces of bread every day. If you multiply 200 pieces every day by 50 naira, the person is making whooping 10,000 naira every day. 10,000 naira every day. And the person, they will sell egg, you know. By the time you look at it, you know, egg and bread, their destiny goes together. If you buy bread, you will buy egg. If you buy egg, you will do what? You will buy bread. And that is another techniques of looking at business that goes together. In my years of running A-level college, tutorial college, what I did was that every other form of training, exams and training, we bring it up. We do every form of training. Sometimes, especially when registration goes online, it went online. Was it not in 2005 that registration went online? I was one of those people that bought every gadget that's necessary to register JAMB online, register GC online, register WAEC. A lot of people depends on us. The money we make from registering alone, it was, sometimes we charge 1,000 naira for registering, and we register more than 3,000, we register more than 4,000, you know, and you get bring internet, put every solution in place for people to register their post-UME, register, we even created registering jobs for people, registering other things like army registration, this registration, people, any registration that they know was difficult, at the end of the day, they come to us for the solution. We are one of those foremost people that were doing NYSC registration when it went online. When JAMB began to sell licenses, I was one of those people that got the license. I got that license. We were in the whole of my area. We were the one, you know, that was had that license to do the registration and the like. So even recently, there was a license I got because of my experience in online stuff. When NIMSI NIN came out, you know, I had to put my head. I got a license for almost 6 million naira. The setup cost almost 6 million naira. Do you know if I tell you the kind of money that came out from that? It was in fact encouraging. You know, at the end of the day, we we are using the our initiative to just lash into the opportunity that are currently available. Don't forget, follow trend, understand trend, interpret trend. There are every economic downturn will create a trend. I'm an economist. Every economic downturn, let me tell you a secret in economics. A secret in economics is that every kingdom will rise and fall. Or this is how we used to say it. We will say that every kingdom will start and every kingdom will grow and grow massively, and every kingdom will fall at a particular point. So there is a cyclical movement of kingdom. If you look at Roman Empire grew to a certain state, it fell. You see this empire, you see British, every empire at a point we start, we grow, and we collapse. And whenever it collapses, what is going to happen is that it will create a new trend, a new opportunity. It will create a new dispensation and a new era. For those people that can understand that dispensation, they will discover that they are making more money, they are succeeding more. And that is the truth. That's the truth. I've talked about, create source of income, multiple source of income. I've talked about investing. Then let me talk about the uh the third, but not the last. We will save it for another day. The third is learn a digital skill. Learn a digital skill. We are in the age that you can learn some certain digital skills at a very cheap rate, at a very, very, minimal cost. You can go to Till Career to learn cyber security, learn cyber analysis, learn data analysis. In fact, my recommendation that I will tell you, I'll tell you, even if you don't want to learn cyber security, you don't want to learn cyber analysis, please, please, please learn these three things. And I will mention two websites. I will mention two websites that you can take advantage of. Number one, learn graphics. Learn graphics. I'm telling you, if you learn graphics and you take advantage of platforms like Upwork, you take advantage of platforms like um, they call it freelancer, you know, and you take advantage of such platform, you will discover that with your graphics knowledge, you would, in fact, just be designing graphics and be posting it on your social media. Be posting it. Do you need a graphic designer? Do you need, I'm the one that designed this. You will see people will begin to call you and begin to give you jobs to design for them. Just be posting it everywhere. I am a designer. I design graphics. And you know how to design very well. Learn graphics. Number two, number two is that learn, apart from learning graphics, you can also learn artificial AI. You see, let me tell you, ChatGPT is a very, very good tool if you know how to use it. It's a very, very good tool if you know how to use it. Do you know that with ChatGPT, you can help people to do um, business plan, can do feasibility study, you can do a lot of things. You can do presentation. There are a lot of online tools that makes all these things easy. And by the time you learn all these things, just on your social media and begin to tell people I am this, I am that, people will patronize you. Learn digital skill. Learn that. Then another thing I will encourage you to learn is social media marketing. Learn social media marketing. Learn how to do videos online. Learn how to do videos. You discover that when you learn digital skills, it will help you to scale up during new normal to create a new source of income. And that is it. Apart from learning, social media marketing, I'm telling you, if you learn social media marketing, you tell people you can help them to promote their products, they will sell more, they will do this, they will do that. And at the end of the day, before you know it, people will patronize you. Then another thing is that become an influencer. come to social media, do what you know how to do, become an influencer, always there. You become an influencer, you have followers, people can come to your platform and do marketing. And that's just the truth. All these things are digital skills. You can go to Google, search digital skills that fits into your plans, you know, and that is just the truth. Then for the last this thing, invest in agriculture, invest in agriculture, invest in real estate, invest in exports, invest in agricultural commodity. Join this movement of ARE. Join the movement of ARE. And I want to assure you that you not regret it. Put your money to work. You don't need to quit your 9 to 5 job or 8 to 4 jobs. You don't need to quit it. You can be a professional. And at the end of the day, when you are a professional, you discover that being a professional, you end up, you know, having more money to invest. You can invest over time as a professional earning salary, eliminate waste, eliminate unnecessary expenses. By the time you eliminate all these things, you divert the money into investment. You can decide to be investing 100,000, 50,000, you know, every month. And at the end of the day, you discover that your investment pays off in the next 5 years. If you can do that continuously, then don't forget this. Cultivate the habit of savings. Cultivate the habit of savings. Now, some of us, you need to understand uh, something, that savings is very, very important. Savings is very, very important. And let me tell you, if you don't have savings, you are as naked as anything. You are as naked as anything. No matter your level of income, always have savings. You know, professionally, what savings is called is emergency fund. Emergency fund. Let me tell you, emergency fund is very, very important too. In case what you are doing did not work, can you survive for the next 6 months? Can you survive for the next 1 month? For the next 1 year? Emergency fund. Or when something happen, do you have a backup? Or if something happen, you begin to look for 100,000, you begin to look for 50,000, you begin to look for 20,000. You understand? And it will look as if, that's why I get disappointed in some people. You are pregnant for 9 months. If a visitor announced to you that in the next 9 months, oh, I'm coming to your house, and the visitor come after 9 months, hmm? What and you begin to tell the visitor that there is no food in the house, that means you didn't take the visitor serious. The visitor should see you as somebody that is not serious. Now somebody is pregnant, first month, second month, third month to 9 months, and you are saying, we are looking for delivery money, we are looking for somebody to help, to sponsor, we are looking for, that means that person is not serious. The person is not serious. He's not a serious human being. The person is not ready to take responsibility, and that thing will affect other areas of that person's life. How would you be pregnant? There is no savings of like 5,000 every month. Even if you save for 5,000 every month for that emergency of pregnancy, at the end of the day, you have like 45,000. You have like 45. If you save 13,000 that, let me be keeping 13,000 every month for the day of delivery. Before you know it, and if you know that, okay, your income cannot carry that, start an extra income that can bring extra income. If you are a teacher, you teach in a school, what extra income can you do? Begin to look for students to teach extra class. Begin to look for people that you can help them to do their assignments. Learn how to help people to do their university project, their thesis, and the like. You understand? There are a lot of businesses. Go to ChatGPT. Explain yourself to ChatGPT. I am a teacher. Hello, please, ChatGPT. I am a teacher. I currently work in Nigeria, especially Lagos State, Nigeria, and I am looking for an additional source of income. Uh, for my available time is on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or in the evening from 5 p.m. to suggest to me the type of side hustle or additional way of increasing my income, you can do that on ChatGPT. You'll be surprised the suggestion that ChatGPT will give to you. I'm telling you, when we're doing home teaching, sometimes I'll go to Ikoyi, I'll just take some people for like, I remember there was somebody that was studying in one private university. I was supporting a person in the course, and the person pays me 200K per week. That means the person pays me like 800K. I was supporting him to do an international course online. And at the end of the day, I I gave the person the kind of support the person needs. You know, I have had couples of them. Sometimes we go to VI, we go to Ikoyi to go and train them for IELTS, IELTS. We go to train them for TOEFL. We go to train them for SAT. We train them for GRE. We train them for GMAT. And I know the amount of money we charge, going to teach these people. You know, it's a skill that we develop over time. Don't forget, always create an habit of savings. Have an emergency fund that can help you in the raining days. Always save. And once your emergency fund gets to a certain stage, you can divide it into two. Take half of it. And after you take half of it, what do you need to do? Invest half of it, keep half of it as an emergency fund, keep savings and saving and saving. Make saving a culture and treat savings as an expenses. Remove it and save. Let me tell you what I do sometimes. Sometimes when I have um, so much naira, you can convert it to foreign currency and save it. You understand? Sometimes you convert it to digital currency and save it. You understand? So all those kind of things are a way to save. Some people say, if I save in naira, my naira will depreciate. No, you can save. You can try to have a domiciliary account and save $100. You understand? There are some shares online you can buy. When you buy that shares online, with that shares that you buy online, you will discover that you buy it in dollars. You buy it in dollars. ETF, you can buy it. You can open accounts on platforms like Bamboo. You can invest in Bamboo. You understand? Bamboo is a platform where you can invest in dollar. You can do all these kind of things. You can learn digital skills, learn high income skills, go into marketing, do marketing. If you cannot buy it, begin to sell it until you are able to raise money to buy it. I always use this language. Go into marketing, come to Goodmon's Investment Limited and do marketing. Join the global clusters, do marketing, make money. Stop complaining, stop begging around, stop complaining about the government, stop complaining of family members that are not helping you. You see, even your father is not obligated to help you. It is when God says the person is your helper, that is when the person will help you. The fact that somebody is your father does not mean he will help you. And that's the truth. Your father may not help you, can use the money he will use to help you to go and enjoy himself. And that is it. The fact that your uncle is abroad does not mean he will help you. You have to just begin to add value to yourself, until you become prominent. I would like to stop at this stage, and I'll draw the cut and invite the global president, Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmus, to take over. Thank you very much. God bless you all for your time. Thank you. Ambassador Dr. Adekunle Badmus, are you there?
Good evening, sir. He's not here, sir.
Okay, you can take over. Ask people for their submission.
Okay, I will. Nobody is available. I'm going to post it in the group. on pages. If there's any submission, then I'll bring them on stage, sir.
Okay. Okay. So while we wait for people to give their submission, I think it is very, very pertinent and important for us to know that all these things are what successful people are doing, wealthy people are doing, that poor people are not doing. You know, poor people will continue to remain poor, wealthy people will continue to remain wealthy. And let me tell you, if you want to move from the quadrant of poverty to wealth, you have to do what people that are wealthy are doing. And it is very, very important that we do the right thing. So, as we are not having anybody doing submission here, I would like to draw the curtain and invite the host to take over. Thank you very much. God bless you. Real good. Thank you. Please, the host can take over. The host can take over.